And we are live for another Sunday evening of poetry and tarot. And hi, Karen. But also, look who's here, Dolly.
Hi,
How you
Dolly.
doing, girl? I've been meaning to reach out to you. There's this thing that's been going on with us trying to figure out if an apartment was going to go through, and that's why I haven't been scheduling guests on or extra shows on my channel because I didn't know how the month of April was going to play out. But I think my month of April's opening up. Certain things fell through, and God, Dolly, I definitely want you on. Are you a poetry writer too? I mean, this lady, she's amazing. She's down to earth. And how's the shoulder? I hope your shoulder's doing better. Um, so let's see. Hey there, there's Moira. Hello, Moira. And who let this guy in? Oh, I did. Okay. Everyone's here with my, yeah, you be quiet. You know I'm talking to people. No, just jump on the table. My poetry sidekick on Sunday nights. Sidekick. Da 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 da. Um, Let me move this out of the way. I have a cat who wants to come back and be part of the party at some point. So let me just move this up all the way here. So yeah, she really is. Dolly's pretty darn cool. And so I hope everybody has had a great weekend. And for those who celebrate, happy Easter. Um, it's the end of March. Oh, that's right. We're doing our poetry on the end of March. Out like what's supposed to be in like a lion and out like a lamb or something like that, or is that April? I have no idea. I confuse my months.
Yeah,
And
in like a lion, out like a lamb, or something.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're not going any. Oh, shoulder is still a mess. Oh, geez, you're still waiting. It's been what, the first time I heard about this was like 2 weeks ago when I caught one of your live shows. That's ridiculous. And hello, Fiona. Good to see you. Welcome back. I think you, yeah, we all have a certain air of coolness about us. Yes. Let's see, who else we got here. Oh, we got this guy. Hey, Stash Man, what's going on? I muted you about cut. Oh, okay. So, yes, Dolly is very popular. Everybody loves Dolly's energy. It's very positive. My sister's name is Dolly. Yeah, but Dolly is Dali for our Dolly here. She's pretty. That's pretty cool. You've been dealing it with Super Bowl Sunday. Jeez, this is ridiculous. Gotta love our medical, you know. But don't get me started on that. Hello, Thomas. Tarot Your Way is here. Hello, hello. So yes, Ostara, that was for yeah, a couple of weeks, was it about a week ago? The 20, it was so weird. Usually Ostara lands on the equinox, and this year the equinox was on the 19th. I was like, wait, what? So I guess I kind of celebrated it twice. So but yeah, spring keeps coming. Well, spring keeps coming back and forth here to at least to Western New York. We have a couple of days of nice weather, and then it'll cool down, it'll snow, it'll rain, then it'll warm up for a day or two, and then so I just keep getting to celebrate the first day of spring over and over again. Yep, most definitely. So we hope everybody had a great week. And anything you want to share, Jeff, that you got coming up? I mean, we can do it now. We can do it later. I know people are slowly going to be coming in. Um,
um, Care Bear and I are gonna be collaborating, doing it for real this time.
some,
The psychoteropathy readings, where we do pull the card. The person who wants the reading for entertainment purposes only
mm-hmm.
tells us what they see, the first two things, and then a poetry prescription comes your way, or just simply a reading. And it's based on, as I said, the Rorschach test or the ink blot test, where what you see is the energy off which we feed to generate something that you're telling us, not just relying on the energy of the question, which we can get a lot from as well. So it's just a better sourced reading.
Very cool.
Other thing that I'm trying to do is the duality right now with the weather. There's no in between. There's a lot of extremity in emotion with Neptune. We were talking about this behind
Yeah.
stage. There's a
Rough
certain
energy.
heaviness, and with Neptune and Pisces about to go into just touch or graze Neptune and Aries. Neptune will be in Aries in 2025 for 13 years. That polarity of war versus peace. Just how we moderate or how we react moderately to things is going to form the basis of some of the readings that are going to be taped. So they won't be all political. There are some questions I have about that could have to deal with the future, but also human behavior. So more of a psychology bent to some of the readings. And that's pretty much it for me. What do you got going on?
Well, first of all, I loved how Karen mentioned DBT skill cards. I didn't know there were skill cards. I've taken these groups for at least a good 4 or 5 years now. And DBT, everybody, no matter what your level, because we all have mental health. So it doesn't matter if you have an actual diagnosis or if it's a daily, natural, mental health with depression and mood swings, little things that, aren't like drastically life altering, or challenging. We on the whole spectrum, really, DBT is amazing because it teaches you about mindfulness, radical acceptance, interpersonal relationships. It goes on and on. So Karen, I absolutely love that you got these cards, and you're going to be getting an email from me later tonight or tomorrow about something. I didn't know you had those. So I've got a great idea, especially with the DBT, because I have a new segment on my channel called Thinking Outside of the Box. And for me, that comes from me working with my counselor. That's her favorite saying. But sometimes, even though it got annoying after a while, I'm like, she's right. How can we think outside of the box in approaching our daily, challenges and struggles and even enjoyments? Or just, how can we better enrich and empower our personal relationships with others, with ourselves, and learning how to, for me, healthy boundaries. I know my word this year is authenticity, but for me, I think maybe my favorite phrase has become healthy boundaries. So that is fabulous. I can't wait to see what you and Jeff do. That is going to be, oh yeah, I got to see these cards. But when you guys were talking about psychology, one of the cool things about, I'm going to just put myself on here for a second, is that you find really cool books at Five Below. And I got this over the winter. I still haven't had a chance to really read it yet, but it covers in basics. It's got mental health, psychotherapy, trauma, cognitive psychology. Just if you really want to, just like a light brushing, an understanding basics. I encourage really, and this isn't prescriptive. This is just a general health. It's not me being a doctor or anything. It's just, it teaches you, you learn about psychology, different behaviors, and different types of therapy that are out there. And I'm really looking forward to getting to read this and may start incorporating that, because I want to start incorporating mental health episodes into my channel as well. That's another thing that I want to start doing this year, because it's, again, not as me being a doctor, not prescribing anything. This is just a peer-to-peer kind of like conversation, just discussing my personal experiences and maybe ways that we can improve our mental health. And one of those is in writing, like poetry, journaling. I mean, I have to find the perfect segue and it just lends itself. This week I did treat myself to a new deck. I haven't got one in quite some time. I'm just looking for the box, but I did get the Shadowscapes Tarot by, yep, here, let's do myself big again here. Come on. There we go. These are the backs. They're absolutely beautiful. But there's the Shadowscapes Tarot by I can always Stephanie Pui Lin. Wait a minute. Where is my box? She's a fabulous watercolor artist. I've seen these cards for the last several years. I've seen her. Oh, there's the box. She's done videos showing her working in it with they're all watercolors. She's an artist. There's a basic edition, and then there's a larger one with the book and everything. I chose to get the cheaper one for now. But Stephanie Pui Moon Law, just absolutely beautiful. Jeffrey and I love it. The art is amazing, Gerald. You're right. I mean, there's one card that I don't like, and that's the Three of Swords, because swans are one of my cherished animals, one of my totems, and she actually has one of the swords going right through the chest of the swan with a drip of blood on it. And I'm like, oh, why did you have to do that? But just some of the artwork, and it's very layered, so you can see it's kind of hard to see with my camera, but there's figures within structures and animals, and it's just I'm going to be using these tonight. Oh, look at the Eight of Wands. I mean,
no, that would lend itself to like an ink blot or Rorschach sort of.
Oh my goodness, there's so much in these cards, Jeff. Oh, I love this Ace of Swords. I mean, look at that beautiful Ace of Swords. So I'm going to most likely within later this year invest in the larger, little bit of the larger set to see the artwork. But this is the one I was talking about, kind of going through the swan, and I mean it's beautiful, but it's painfully beautiful. I don't know, but yeah, that's life. We have moments. The Queen of Cups. Oh my God, look at the Queen of Cups, just absolutely beautiful. So I will be using these cards tonight when Jeff and I do our prompts. I was going to do a walkthrough. I still my mood was just really low yesterday, this weekend, so I chose not to because it's not a good idea to do spiritual stuff, especially with cards and things when your energy isn't, when you're not grounded or you're not in the right energy or frame of mind. This is beautiful too. I just love how she uses the animals in all her cards. I'm being drawn more to decks like that. And this Two of Cups, just how lovely, just beautiful. I see some of her work. I see reflected some of the things that I do, and I think that's why I just really adore. I don't know why. And the Death card is fabulous. It is the Phoenix. So very cool. I love that. Hello, the Magical Magician. You are new to my chat. Welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I love swans too. Yeah. And she has the Eight of Swords, and she's got the swan trapped in the Eight of Swords too. And the Two of Pentacles. How fun. There's a little monkey there on the edge. But yeah, I will be using those for the prompts tonight. So let's see. So yes, the Magical Magician on Jeff's channel. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Well, that really captures the pain. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Oh, okay. So we're talking about the DBT. Okay, so at Barnes & Noble. Okay. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. Now, is that in the area where they have the tarot cards, or is that, Karen, where they have like a different section, like psychology sections? I know they have like some positive affirmation cards at least with my Barnes & Noble, but they just have one big like turnstile that they keep all the cards on these days at my store. And hello, Jeffrey Thompson. Welcome. Happy Easter to you too. All righty. Yeah, you took a break this week because of your cat. I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you lost your baby. Hopefully, you know, she's just hanging out with somebody else in their house, and at one point she'll be like, "Well, I better get my butt home to my mom," or just keep an eye open at the SPCA and for any, you know, people that found, you know, the cats, or if they found any, you know, animals. So let me just go ahead and put this down here. So, okay, Gerald, did you get the link? Did you get blinded by the video link I sent you? Okay, so, oh, hello, JR. Good to see you as well. Um, so yeah, not much this weekend. Had a wonderful show Friday with Allison and with Kaylee. And we continued having our discussion backstage. That was a really, I told Allison, I love talking, having the open discussions, you know, two topics on Fridays with her, like I do with you and Tom when we can on Saturdays. And speaking of Tom, if Tom ends up watching this back, Tom, I told Jeff, I saw the video. We absolutely love the idea.
Yeah.
Totally. When you're up to feeling better, let us know and we'll have you on for the poetry. And people are like, what are you talking about? Stay tuned. I miss Tom too. But I guess this has just been really cruddy, the stuff that he's had. Oop, there we go. So I have my regular show tomorrow evening. I'll be making the thumbnail a little bit later tonight or first thing in the morning for Nancy, A Crone's Intuition, and I for our Divine Feminine readings. That'll be still happening tomorrow at 5:30. No, yeah, 5 o'clock. I can't remember my own time. 5 o'clock. It's what happens when you start having a lot of shows. You start going, what? And then, of course, the Tarot Tuesday Talks, TTT, as Rain likes to call them, where we talk about tarot topics and we discuss them. Jackie, Rain, and I. And wow, just trying to keep busy, staying positive. So, you got any poems you want to share of yours,
Um,
Jeff?
yeah.
I know I wrote one. Listen, I'll just wait to share. Oh, let's see. Jaguar. Is that 5 p.m. Eastern? Yes, it is, Dolly. And Dolly, if you're free and you would like to join Nancy and I, let me know and I will send you the link. If you feel up to it, no pressure. You don't have to confirm or deny in chat, but I'm making, you know, a small list for Nancy and I to have maybe a special guest like once a week or every couple weeks. So, all righty.
All right. This is called Old Habits Die Young. Pay for it on the other side, yet we don't know if we pay once or twice. Checking out, or even if there are consequences, up to the point of departure, if we leave them all behind in a life some say we squandered. There's no way of keeping score, as there wasn't for those who went before. I can't tell if our well-being in an afterlife foretold meant not being a drunken sponge, so self-absorbed. Even if we live in a vice grip to do what we've been warned not to in our addiction, we don't have to yearn to speak our truth. A proposition not realized when society tells you keep a stiff upper lip doesn't mean we'll be guaranteed to be happy to grow old, because as old habits die hard, and in the self-pity I'd sooner abandon for hedonism, all that once pleasured among endless earthly delight has been neutered of what little remained of the life you left I could harness. Die hard, die alone, you wino. Rather not be subject to judgments in the utopia of immortality society will impose on you, your own fumbling, doddering, negotiating that you will settle for less while you try to figure it all out, just for any of this to make sense. Old habits die hard. You need to be blotto. Your liver goes as your heart goes, scarred. Still time waits for no one, and the fun we have now could be our undoing in this lifetime, praying against time. A better one will come. Old habits that can't be broken. 21 days makes a pattern. But in this life, in the ticket you have punched, says the recalibration of your life isn't enough. So old habits die hard. Live and let live. The fates are blowing in the wind. Easy is the path of least resistance when you know the reality of death. As rules dictate habit, neither can be broken. Maybe you can find pleasure in the pain that will lead you. Old habits die young to an early grave. If your spirit is cremated, you chose for it not to be disseminated. And those who supposedly care about you still will tell you, no more are those you love suffering. They're blessed. Even if what put them there is the same thing you enjoy. They warned you not to touch it as a boy. Lean into what gives relief, because as long as you're here, old habits die hard. They said you set the bar too low for being a victim in a losing game. The odds are already against you. But yet, when you play to win, the risk to reward ratio, after all, it's said and done. Old habits die hard. You'll never know. On an ephemeral plane, oh, all the old habits die hard. You're not going to abstain and tie one on as a nun. This time you won't be misled, because even with everything in limbo, the only thing for certain is you'll be dead.
Wow.
Sorry.
And on that note, thank you everybody for joining us. Oh wow, but no, see, it's poetry. Does poetry? People think poetry, is pretty, and it can be, but there's just Poetry is cathartic, and what I love about, for me, poetry is that sometimes you can journal, but when you really just kind of focus and allow, because for me, I think maybe with journaling, you're keeping your thoughts straight, you're keeping your senses understand. With poetry, that allows for you to more move into that state of mind where your subconscious, can kind of come through and start, or unconscious, however you want to, and then that subtleties, that's poetry is like that beautiful shade of gray between the light and our dark,
Mhm.
and how it just kind of, um I see the words, okay, but I can't say it, or I can't think of it, but the fragments of it, it's scintillating, it yeah, I'll have to put those into words into a poem. And Karen is saying snap, 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 but that's a little bit longer too than
Yeah,
some
it
of
was
yours.
long.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I had challenged people on my channel to try to work with me on that somehow. I don't know what came of it, but I ended up writing from it, and it was like
Yep.
it
I,
was
I
just like
highlighted that. Mm-hmm.
so simple for me to write. It was the easiest thing I've written in like ages.
Jeff, I know this poem. I remember requesting that topic on one of your weekly energy reads. So
Yeah,
Karen remembers it.
yeah.
And then just really quick too, Gerald said, did you add the deck to your Amazon wish list?
Oh, I should. I better. And I've got to come up with a wish list. I don't have one yet. And if I do have one, it's outdated, and or it would have every food item I've ever bought from there in rotation. So
Well, we'll get to learn a little bit
that's
more intimate details about Jeff when we go check out his Amazon wish list. You have been forewarned. No. But yeah, when people say you really learn about people, like when you're a guest over their house, if you go into like the bathroom, you look in their medicine cabinet or
Mhm.
something. I don't do that, but still, a lot of times when you go and borrow friends, you're like, oh, they like that kind of shampoo. Oh, or ooh, this smells good. Well, I wonder where they got that, But yeah. Karen says, as a fixed energy dominant person, okay. So this must be human design we're talking about. I think. I think that's
Mhm.
verbiage for human design. Old habits, yes, they die hard, and that's one of Shan's actually favorite songs from the Lucifer TV show soundtrack. There's a song called "Habits Die Hard," old habits. And Dolly says, "Hey, I appreciate that poem. I am just about to hit my 5-year sober mark. Congratulations, Dolly.
Congratulations.
And I went through all that for years as I tried to quit and failed and tried again and failed. But July 15th, 2019, I did it. You did, girl. Good for you. That's something to be proud of, you know. And when we write poems, it also shows people our vulnerability. And that takes a lot too, because a lot of people are afraid to show their true selves, especially with the way the world is nowadays, where everything's all like scrutinized and questioned. And, you know, it's all, you know, what's that word? I'm lost for words tonight. On a night for poetry, not a good sign. But you know, there's just so many like the cancel culture things and stuff. And if you try to share one thought or your feeling, then you're either labeled this and or you're labeled that. And um, to be able to just write poetry and share your feelings and emotions and have people be able to hold that space for you like they do in our chat. That's what I love about our chatters, especially mine. We hold space. Hello, Fatima. Happy Easter to you too, my dear. There are people who need to hear these poems like a sad love song. Yes. Let's see. Jeff's on it. I'm still. Yeah, I don't do that unless I'm sitting out. Okay. Oops. All right. No, I am not. No, I'm not. But you see TV shows where people are like, or those on shows on YouTube where they'll talk about psychologies and things, and they're like, you know, when people look into, you know, and I'm like, well, that's kind of intrusive. But um, let's see. I'm Taurus moon and rising very fixed. Aha. Congrats, yes, beautiful congratulations to Dolly. Everything you wanted to know and a little bit more. Yeah. You know, it's just this sense of secrecy. It's so weird. It's like Big Brother's watching videos. You know, the people have gotten into this like sense of, I've noticed voyeurism has gotten very big. It's like you go through certain, you know, everything's on CCT, and yet there's all the CCT cameras and all this Big Brother, and yet still crimes and things are committed, and they're like, well, we don't know who did it, or you know, we have no proof, you know, kind of like. So it's this whole thing, I think, too, of it feels like people need to feel safe, and sometimes it's just out of being rude to look into, but for some people too it might be like, oh my god, you know, is this person hiding something, you know. So it's really psychology again. It's interesting where we are where we are now evolved in as a society, as a culture, as a people, or as a race, species, whatever you want to call us. And I might be going off on a tangent again. So you gotta reel me in, Jeff, if I go too far off. Up from tire. Well, enjoy. Well, yeah, enjoy your good night. Yeah, it's nice to. I can't wait to get out into nature and start. You know, keep planting those gardens and those flowers. Um. Oh, okay. Then let me see. I backed up a little bit here. Never mind. Never keep medicine bad. Yes. Yes. You have seen that one of the things, yeah, that was on the TV show Criminal Minds. They showed how the one FBI agent who ended up becoming addicted to because of what he traumatic he went through, when they would go visit places or do investigations, he would go through people's cabinets, and if they had any sort of painkiller, he started taking them. So it's a very real thing. Um, let's see, our society feels very empty and vapid. Yeah, it's like we're trying to fill that void, you know. um some people want to blame COVID on that.
Mm-hmm.
um but I think we needed, I mean, when I said when I think we needed COVID, it wasn't because to, you know, say that we needed to lose people to die or anything, but the whole event of COVID, I think, really opened up people to just how important, you know, life is. And I think that had a positive effect on a lot of people. I mean, we saw it in our nature, and and how things got clean again, and how the air quality got better, and how the animals started coming back. And so um, it was very revealing. Um, the mediocre always attack excellence. Ooh, now that is a line for a poem. The mediocre always attack. Dina, write a poem, even if it's a couple lines. That would be great. And if you do it now, put it in the chat. We'd love to see that. Ain't that the truth? Wolf girl. Yeah, about being vapid and everything. People love to see. Yes. But then there are people too, though, that love to see people excel and succeed. And it's so drilled into us media wise that there's no people like that in the world, because all the media wants us to see is the ones who don't. And they want to put that fear and that hate and that, you know, it's they like to do separation. They want to keep people separated, just like that Osprey
Yeah,
song.
and that's a comment on the human condition too. We'd rather see someone else fail than we have to fail ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a comment on our base chakras and our base, that we as a planet need to clear out. That I don't think will ever change. I don't think that that's something that can be cleansed, unfortunately.
Not it. We won't be. We won't be able to completely eradicate it, but at least there will be more of us who will be. And I don't want to say, because I know a lot of people like to use the word ascending, but for me, I prefer evolving, because when I think of ascending, I'm going up and I'm looking down from at a pedestal. I'm looking down or to lower other people who aren't, and I don't like that feeling. I don't want to feel like I'm above. I just want to feel, that there are some of us who are evolving, we're growing, we're developing differently spiritually, but not to say, I mean, some morality wise and stuff, again, without getting into politics, but, I see people who still support the last one. And it's just like, how have you not evolved? But for me, it's still about evolving and not ascending. So for me, anything that's like ascended, for me, it just makes me feel like there's too much of a pedestal. For me, I like the idea of evolving and growing. And evolving means sometimes taking couple of steps back down, and then relearning and moving back up again, or not moving up again, but moving forward. So, Earl, is Earl here? Oh, that would be great, Earl. If you write that tonight while we're live, please go ahead and share. Would love that. Let's get everybody into writing and creativity. Like Thomas said, meditation over medication. Exactly, Thomas. And meditation can be. People think meditation is just sitting there in silence with a clear mind for half an hour, but the writing that Jeff does, that poem, that was meditation. That was him sitting down, getting into himself, and releasing those emotions and thoughts um, creatively and safely through paper, and allowing that to help heal him instead of relying on a substance. So
Oh, definitely. And
I
for
think that
me, it would be right into the bottle. It would be. Yeah.
for me it's food.
For me, it's both food. It's all three. It's poetry. It was poetry, food, and alcohol.
And spending for me a lot of
And
it wasn't
spending, yeah.
necessarily drinking or wanting to take any sort of drug. um for me it was just like that initial, like what Allison and we were discussing, that initial trying to fill that hole. You buy something, oh, it feels good for about 15 minutes, and then you lose that feeling, and you're like, okay, well, if I get another one, maybe that'll fill that hole. And it's just us really needing to take a look at where we are in our lives. And I think poetry, creative writing, art really helps us focus that. Wow, there's your second line. Oh, what am I missing? United we stand. Oh, that was okay. That was Gotcha. That's the poem. There you go, Dina. Keep writing. Yep, that's the second line. I love cheering the ones I love. Yes, me too. It is very difficult to get out of a cult. I believe people are
Yeah.
seeing the truth, but accepting the truth means accepting one's own short sightedness. And nothing's harder than looking in the mirror. And I've been dealing with that too. And like for me, the food, the buying was when I get happy. Oh, let's celebrate. Let's eat something. Let's get some pizza. Or then
Mhm.
when I'm feeling depressed, oh, I
I
don't
eat
feel
my
like cooking tonight. Let's get some, it's that feeling. Yeah.
That's how I am. Yeah.
And I was doing really good last summer and I gained half the weight back that I lost. But, I can always get back to it. We just pick ourselves up and, dust ourselves off. Yep. Poetry is definitely meditation. Good stuff. Yes. Focused mindfulness. You capture what you feel right now in the moment. Yep. I have to admit, I've become a Swiftie. That's cool. And her songs are very poetic. Yes. Taylor Swift is an excellent songwriter. And for her, here's somebody who had her music catalog stolen from her. And what did she do? She turned around, re-recorded her whole catalog, altering the songs a bit, putting it out on her own, I think it was her own label or a new label. And now she's taken that power back. And that's one of the things. She has taken her power back. She writes her own music. She writes a lot of her own lyrics. She redid all her albums. She fought this record producer, and she came out on top. And what has the media done? They've shown her to the point where people are like, oh, people are now being pit against her for this. And this is where people don't like, in the media doesn't want you getting behind people who accomplish, who overcome, who take, especially a woman, you know. And so yeah, whether you like her music or not, or if you're kind of like, oh, enough of her, you still have to see how far she has come and what she's had to endure and how she's taken control of her life and her music. That is incredible. And yes, Dolly, I am an emotional eater as well, my dear. Let's write a poem on the creativity of
You
cooking.
cooking?
Earl, just start, go for it. Let's see what you got. Put it in the, or we can actually use that maybe as one of our first prompts. I just want to go ahead and share a poem before we start doing prompts. So some people know about the neighbor that I talk about that's in our building, and how 2 weeks ago he was taken away in an ambulance, and we thought, well, now maybe he'll get help for his mental health. He'll go to rehab. He'll get himself put together. It's been quiet for a couple of weeks. Last night, not like how it was 2 weeks ago, but it didn't change. Nothing changed. He's still here. He was still harassing us. And so that was kind of one of the things too, aside from losing out on the apartment and then him, it was just like trying to figure out, where do I go next in my life? How am I going to be able to move forward? And so I just start writing. And there is some curse words at the very end of this. I was going to write them out and say, nah, but YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. And it's only one time that so I try to avoid curses. They really don't fit in my poem, but with this guy, I did. Taylor Swift has me confused sometimes. Okay, I'm sorry, Earl. Yes, and she has singly, yes, gotten millions of young people to vote for the very first time. That's people who use their celebrity for the good. She's not telling them who to vote for. She's just telling them register and vote. Your vote, your voice counts, and I love that. Um, so for me, this is about the neighbor. My soul rages against your machine, body screaming within the confines of my skin. You're a snake, leaving a trail of poison in your wake, words to curse us by. Do I reach for rosary beads? Prayers hold no power over you. Do I light another candle? When the flame is gone and the smoke clears, you are still here. Burn Palo Santo with her sage, black salt in hand, cast you out where you stand. Nerves crippled from months of rage, a blackened wind cycloning amid the eroded remnants of where I live. The eye, just a moment of peace until disrupted by this beast. Twisted and vile with soulless eyes, you threaten us with bullets, but you're nothing but a parasite. Getting high, getting high and full of liquor, you're nothing but a drunk and a motherfucking pariah. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I gave the warning.
Yeah. We've sort of been simpatico in the mind, Heather. We've been sort of on the same wavelength. I hope I haven't dragged you down.
No, this was what I was writing over the week with this guy. I have just absolutely, yeah. And when I said you threaten us with bullets, he has. Last
Oh,
year, he is starting to put caps in our asses for calling the police on him. And last month or the month before, he was going on one of his drunken binges and drug induced whatever. That Puerto Ricans don't like Jamaicans, and he was going to have to get himself some fat bullets. And we were telling the police that night, hey, he's walking through the hallway saying he's going to kill people.
mm.
You know, he wants to get a gun, all this. And they're like, well, if he's not saying it to your door, to your face, there's nothing we can do. And the reports that have been made to the police department on this guy from tenants here, the management don't want nothing to do with it. They don't care. Unfortunately, it's going to take someone getting severely hurt or their building getting severely damaged before they do something. So, hey, Heather, I am only on here for a few minutes. I need to prep for work tomorrow. Okay, Earl, well, thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. Work on that poem.
Thank
That
you,
will
Earl.
be fun. Earl is because she moves too quickly. Swift, get it? Very funny. Not to keep going on about her, but her Eras tour is 3.5 hours long. Oh my god. And she doesn't lip sync. No, she doesn't. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I could have gotten even more, but I kept, like, I was like, nah, keep that word in there. It needs to be in there. And no, you want to come up? Dolly, have you ever seen Mozzie? Before we get started, people, if you want to start putting prompts for Jeff and I, come on. Oh, alrighty. So you want to come and say hi? You know the drill. Say hi, Maz. Say hi, everybody. I'm going to be hanging out with Mama here, so try not to put his cat butt into the camera like he usually likes to do. Oh, so yep. That was him. I have another one, but she's out in the. Yes, Kitty. All righty. So I'm going to be using. What deck are you using tonight, Jeff, to pull?
Los Scarabaeos, Valentina Terrell.
Well, the go-to. You can lay there. Good boy. So, looking for a prompt. Oh. Well, that's better than a butthole. You can put your eye in the camera. So, unless we just pick a card. Whoa, that one just flipped out. Oh, I love this. Look at the world card on that one. Just beautiful. So, no prompts? Jeff, do you want to come up with a prompt? Or you just want to pull a card and write a poem?
I can pull, let's pull a card and write a poem.
Alrighty,
if we don't get a prompt in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna pull a card.
All right. If I see a prompt jump in, I'll save it for the next one. So, like I said, I'm just going to show here one more time, just really how beautiful the world card is on here. All the birds, the moon, even has images in the moon. Watch the pen, Heather. So yeah, I love this. Love. Alrighty, the world. Oh my God, the song just jumped in my head. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It does, actually. Let's see, maybe I could do some haiku. And stay tuned. Jeff and I are going to be having Ramon Scarab joining us on a Sunday, and we're going to be doing haiku all together. And this Wednesday, Ramon will be joining me also on my channel to share do Lenormand readings and for the readings using the haikus that we've written for each Lenormand card in the deck. So creativity abounds. I'm not going to do haiku on this tonight. Okay. I'm all set, so I'm going to go. Alrighty. So again, this is my card. The world. Birds. Alrighty. Taking flight, wings etched with messages. The moon guides Gaia by light as she dreams a pearl of wisdom while softly singing a lullaby, a blanket for the earth. And that's what I have. And what I love about these little mini ones that I end up taking them and there we go. Want to say hi? There we go. Say hi. It's a good boy. I'll go and I'll rewrite these. I'll get inspired. I have ambient music that I love to listen to. And sometimes I see the names of these songs. They're like a new age metaphysical. A lot of them. Robert Rich has some really cool ones, like um, writing, handwriting on water, things like that. Just really beautiful. Um, so let me put myself back down here, and when Jeff is ready, and I'll see if Does anybody have any prompts for Jeff and I tonight? If people don't know what a prompt is, it's a word or an idea that we can combine with a card and we can write a poem. So I think last week someone put in, was it motivation or something like that? And so we used that word and combined it with a tarot card and created a poem. So if anybody has, um, I mean, I just look at Dolly's name, Wolf Girl, and I'm just like, ooh. And every time I see Wolf Girl, I think of the the Twilight Saga, where they walk in, they meet the wolf people, and the girl looks at her and goes, "So you're the vampire girl?" And she goes, "Oh, and you're the wolf girl." And I just love that movie. It was so, for me, I wasn't all about the vampires and the Collins me. I was all about the native boys. And well, I was team, team Jacob. So
All
so
right.
if you want to show
So
your card, there's your
Ace of
card.
Cups. I read it more in the reverse. Ace of Chalices. Gushing. The moments of suppression backfire when you say what others failed to mention. Head, head, not heart. And you can't keep a lid on the overflow. Maybe if you run past them and take the leak and go, when you're not looking or they're not looking, you'll find it was you who were stronger. It was them you withstood. Mental throw up, an ace of cups in reverse.
Oh, very cool. I have got to show. I love that gushing and gushing. I could just feel. Um, Dolly wrote one too. I think one cycle ends as another begins. A change of place, a change of skins. A tremendous joy journey, bon voyage to yesterday, hello to today. Achievement and fulfillment is experienced someday.
Ooh.
Woo! Very nice. Oh, Dolly, you're going to have to join Jeff and I some night. Unless you want to join us tonight. Well, it's 8:52 already. I thought that was the exercise. I'm sorry. No, it's awesome. Yeah, see? Usually the prompts are, will but people want to write too. I mean, everyone's welcome to write. Look at that. She's a poet. We're all poets. We definitely are. So, let's see. I saw a word. Here, let me pull Dolly's. I like the word journey. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Sorry. Um, I would love to use journey as a prompt.
Okay.
And again, anybody in chat, if you don't have any prompts that you want to add, journey would be a great prompt. Yes, it would. Sing it, girl. Boy, what that lead singer, what Steve Perry went through, man. We watched the interview with him with Tom Brokaw from, I think it was about 3 years ago. And even Steve Perry admitted he had to watch his words, but as a child, he was assaulted. And that carried on with him through his life, and with the music and everything, got him through all that. And then he said he had to leave because the drinking, the drugs, the fast life just was catching up with him, and he had to deal with a lot of past traumas. So, and then that one, he met a woman. She was fighting cancer, and he didn't care. He saw her and wanted to eat with her. They fell in love with each other, and he was with her for a year. And her cancer came back, but that was his love. He said of his life, and she made him promise that when I'm gone, you will start singing again. and he did his first album of music in what, over 10, 15 years or something like that. So I love it's yeah, look at Dolly. I mean, I'm getting goose. You can't see it, but I'm getting goose flesh just talking about it. My favorite song is actually a solo song of his called "Foolish Heart." Foolish, foolish heart. Yeah. Alrighty, Two of Swords to go with Journey. Oh, that's interesting. Hi, Brenda. Brenda Tarot is popping in. Hello, Brenda. I hope you had a wonderful show with Anne. Oh, we got some motorcycles going by. And I got into watching something called Landscape Artist of the Year. I love that show. It's based in England. And I got to watch the last 2 episodes that I missed from this year. Just so inspiring. And I did a lot of art today, too. So my card that I pulled to go with Journey is the Two of Swords. And again, the swan, the heart. I love the hooded cloak. There's also another swan down here. And there's some tiny type little creature or bird underneath this heart. One of these days I'm going to get a better camera, y'all. 2 hours. Goodness, Brenda. I don't know how you do. I had to do a 3-hour a few weeks ago. And boy, by the time I was done with that, I was like, you know. Oh, don't be sorry, Karen. Enjoy your time with Mom. And you got the Chariot. Oh, look at that. Oh no, they're nipples.
Madonna Express Yourself video vibes.
There you go.
Or erotica, but you don't see the men getting whipped. Or maybe you do. I don't remember.
God knows with her. So, Two of Swords and the Journey. Oh. What's happening? So Brenda, Sun- so, so Sunday nights, Jeff and I do poetry and tarot, and we've been having our chatters usually put prompts into the chat, and then we pull a tarot card or an oracle card, and then we write a poem to the prompt that is given to us by a chatter and the tarot, and to kind of put it into a like a divinatory kind of like message, or just allow for it to evolve creatively. So that's what we're doing. So yes, it gets quiet for a while. Um, and sometimes for me, I end up taking what I write here in bits and pieces, and I'll go and I'll rework it later, when I don't feel the pressure. um, yeah, with the Brenda, I got a new deck. I treated myself to a new deck of cards this week, and I got the Shadowscapes Tarot. It's just absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you have this deck or if you've heard of it, but the artist Stephanie Poo Moonlaw is just absolutely a gorgeous watercolor artist. And Heather's cat entertains us during the silence. Yes, there he is. Say hi. No, okay. Alrighty. So for me, this is rough. So I am probably going to rework this. Well, I know I will rework this, and maybe share it next Sunday. But again, I'm just going to put myself here, and I got the Two of Swords. So there's some beautiful swans and flowers and the heart. And it's interesting that we used the word journey, and I looked and I saw the heart, and I was seeing foolish heart. So I kind of fit that in there. It's like automatic writing, yes. So this is rough, but this is what I've got. Two swords, a chalice of intuition, each one forming a path, a journey, red pill or blue. Either brings transformation as flowers fall to your feet and ancient trees steady your roots, cloaked in mystique, followed by a foolish heart. And that's what I got for that one. Now, Jeff, you prefer the smaller one, right? Or do you?
Yeah, I prefer the smaller one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this is what I got for the Chariot: a processional, a marriage, a blood oath, a curse, rickety, rackety, rickety, rockety, the ride uphill. The master is the slave. You say it's the same thing in reverse. But trying to eye a fork in the road when the path can't be foretold. There's more than one way to get lost, but together we only find one way back. In due course, our energy is spent running up this narrow path, trying not to fall all over each other, trying not to bend to the will of another who wishes to indoctrinate by the thrill of the chase and the peril of our capture.
The peril of our capture. I like that. A very nice peril. Ooh. Certain words have been catching my ear. Some of them are very simple. Some are kind of like out there.
Yeah.
And when I hear those, like ones that you like yesterday, I was reading my book that goes with this, and there was the word, effable or ineffable, and I'm like, what the hell is effable or ineffable? And I had to like look it up and go, oh, okay. So just different new words that are coming in, and I just grab them. And so Brenda says beautiful. And Dolly tried saying that she wasn't good at writing automatic, is a talent she does not have. You did it just now.
You just did
It
it.
was amazing. You did a fabulous job. See, and even Karen says, Dolly, you can do it. And Karen also said, just come on here and you will be amazed at what you can come up with. Yes, Karen joined us last week. Dolly said that was great. Purple Hearts, great poem. Awesome. So we are at 9:06. I still have energy. If anybody wants to throw a prompt out there, Brenda, do you Brenda, what's the first word that comes to your mind? Don't even hesitate. It could be brownie. I don't know. But what's others' mind where it's at right now. So sometimes auto writing is when you poem. I mean, it's whatever way. Well, automatic writing is, when you want to focus on channeling a message from a guide, but also that sometimes we can't do it regularly, like in a regular sentence. They'll find other ways to get a message across. Grace, beautiful.
Okay.
Love that. Alrighty, I was shuffling, and what card did I get? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is so beautiful. I keep saying that for every card, but it is. So this is my Wheel of Fortune. And I love the Celtic knot work that she included on that. Very, very cool. Very nice. And the beautiful roses. So yeah, you see the little fairies. Oh, yep, we got the naughty.
Eight of Swords.
There you go. And we have 8 people in chat right now. Interesting. And I'm a life 8 path number. So there you go. You gonna go, Mozzie? Okay. Nope. You're gonna stay now. Make up your mind, cat. So Grace, beautiful. Oh, night, Dolly. Thank you. This was great. Time for family movie night. Oh, have fun with family movie night. We saw the new Ghostbusters movie last weekend. It was so good. Last Sunday. I can't believe it's been a week already. So enjoy, Dolly. Keep writing. That fits in perfect. Brenna, that word. And we're continuing with the journey kind of thing because they have Wheel in the Sky keeps on turning. And I got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So here's my rough. So again, definitely going to be staying up tonight and playing with these. So there's again my wheel. And it just occurred to me because I'm like, I wonder why it wasn't like a wheel, like a wheel spinning. But then when you look into, as the children, the kaleidoscopes, and you turn, and it changes shapes and colors and forms. So I love how she incorporated that concept, I believe, in with the Wheel of Fortune. So I have the Wheel of Fortune turns by the grace of Great Spirit through the hands of fate, a kaleidoscope of ever changing light patterns and mosaic colors blooming amid a bed of roses. Look closely and see the Fae paint the luminous beings. And look closely and see the Fae paint the luminous beingness of our natural form, angelic, elemental, and gnome. And that's what I have right there. So that's, yeah, so does Shanbren. I have to find him a kaleidoscope. He's been wanting to get one. And that's what I have. I love all the light in these cards, even though it's called Shadowscapes. I know. But there are cards where they don't hide from the shadow. You see, she just has a very incredible way of balancing both the dark and the light in her cards without having to be using, very dark, grotesque, disturbing imagery. There just seems to be so many more of those decks on the market. And for me, it just, it's invoking or evoking this trend that it seems like whenever things start becoming light filled or moving forward, it's there's got to be like it then there's like this huge influx of dark, and it's just, I know there's a balance, but some of this, the energy in some of these cards that I'm seeing on the market, it's just, you wonder where these some of these people's minds are. I mean, I know we're all artists and we all have expressions, but some of these are just a wee bit disturbing. Love this. Thank you. You're welcome, Brenda. And are you all set, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Heather will be quiet.
Okay, so 8 of Swords.
Wow.
Hardest on ourselves, easiest for others. The key to survival is playing my fellow man close to the vest, being his disciple. Because I'm on the periphery of his mind. I was banished from the castle because she came to give him sex. In terms of enslavement, a caste system among the 1%. Hierarchical are the ways of the ones you never knew. When you want it all, these fetishes were never new.
What was that last line?
When you want it all, these fetishes are never new.
Okay. Interesting.
So, in other words, hierarchical are the ways of the ones you never knew. When you want it all, these fetishes are not new.
And nude.
I'm like, I gotta come up with something. Yeah. I'm getting like,
thank you, very insightful.
Huge this week with the whole Puffy thing, the sex trafficking.
Oh,
all of
finally,
that.
some people are starting to, but they let the other guy get away, who supposedly hung himself with a paper towel bed sheet.
Yeah, and I'm wondering.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, no, a grown man does not hang himself with a paper towel or paper. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, so yeah, a lot of these people's times are coming. Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon. All these kids are starting to come forward and they're talking about all the abuse that these kids went through at the hands of these people through Disney. And well, Disney hasn't been blown up yet, but give it time.
Yeah, I'm wondering, that's going to be really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And Karen says primal. I like it. And oh no, yep. I think he flew the country. They said they can't find him. And I went on to one. I hopped onto it because they put the psychic, reads in my feed now, and there was a woman who was reading on him, and she says, "Well, I'm thinking he's going to off himself," and I'm like, "Okay," and she just kept saying, she kept saying "poo poo," but she was willing to say, "Oh, I think he's going to off himself." Okay, well, I don't know. I don't wish death on anybody because I would rather have people face their, you know, what they did and pay for their crimes. But, yeah, it's just this world. We got to protect the children. We really do. That's all. We just been dropping the ball on these kids. Nickelodeon, Disney, all these kids. I mean, yeah, don't go down there right now. That's not. Now, I see a word right here that I like.
Primal.
Karen, is it okay? What do you think, Jeff?
I like it.
So we're not really getting any prompts, so I'm looking at
Yeah, the energy of other people comes in. It's good. Like I really like that. And we're not getting any. Yeah.
We lost Moira. I don't know where Moira went. Moira, come back! But because she was really good at throwing prompts out last week.
And they were really good last week. They were challenging. They were like,
yeah. Hello, Nagar. No, we are not doing personal questions tonight. Thank you. We're actually writing poetry and tarot. So if you like poetry, Jeff and I are taking prompts from the chat. We're pulling a random card from our decks and we write a poem and then we share it. But I think there are other shows too going on tonight that are doing personal readings. So feel free to hang out with us. Good to see you. And if not, that's fine too. I hope you had a beautiful day today and a good weekend. And hopefully you'll be able to drop by one of Jeff's shows for his personal. Do you do personal questions, Jeff? You do, right? Not just politics.
Okay. I do personal, political.
Just not tonight, right now.
just not right now. No. Heather's channel. Okay.
So everybody, make sure you hit that like button for Jeff.
Yeah, both of us, please.
Yeah. So primal, and I got the 5 of Pentacles. Wow.
Page of Pentacles.
Oh, we both got Pentacles. So this is what mine looks like. And I like that there's no church on it. I like that this deck is like church and religion free. I like it. Nagar, we already said that we are not doing personal questions. I'm going to. Can someone just remove that, please? Oh, I can't do. Or can you, Jeff? It's your channel. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm just like, we've already said we're not doing. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you missed that. Okay, Nagar. Welcome. Your sweetheart. Sorry. I've just had some people. Oh, he didn't have to be banned. Because he did say sorry. I don't know who banned him. Was that you?
It was me.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I didn't mean for him to be banned. He said he didn't catch it till the last minute. So, but I've just since I've been getting more subscribers, I've been getting a lot more trolls. So I've been just kind of really watching. Some people are just really persistent sometimes. I'll be like, nope, this is what we're doing, and then they keep asking, like, all right. So 5 of Pentacles. Feeling lack. Oh, look at that little butterfly telling her she's going to be okay. But I love the fact that there's no any patriarchal, references. This is just very spiritual earth-based deck. I absolutely love that. So what word do we going to use? Oh, primal. Yes, and
Primal.
Heather
Yeah, I
is
think that too.
it is primal, right? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
And yes, Care Bear, I have more than on one occasion have done that because chat jumps, and as I'm clicking on star comment, it moves up and it ends up clicking on banning. So let's see. The word is primal. Five of Pentacles. Y'all guys don't hear that on the video, do you? On the live, someone's trying to bust down open that door downstairs below us. Can y'all hear that? You can't.
I can't
Okay.
hear it.
Okay. It just my whole room just started vibrating. Okay. Just making sure. Here, let me just go ahead and mute then, just in case. Alrighty. Don't know how much I'm going to be able to do this. This may have to be the last one. I don't know what's going on downstairs. I was having a hard time concentrating here. Okay. No big deal. Okay. Well, Karen, if you felt it, you know what I mean. So I'm kind of losing track on this one here, but I'll just share what I have. So again, this is what I pulled. And to be honest, this being the Five of Pentacles, I was starting to write about having the power within to, change and to take ourselves from that fear of lack into, having everything, that we need just within our reach. And then that started downstairs. That kind of brought that down. But hey, it's life. So what I did get was our primal instincts to survive can weigh us down, recoil within, unable to breathe, a shadow of our former self. We have the power of transformation, a chameleon to disguise. And then I just lost the rest of it. Yeah. Noisy toddlers. A chameleon to disguise. Oh, was right before our eyes. Let's rhyme that. So it has an official ending. Yay! So good night, Fatima. Blessings to you, my dear. Again, wish Odelia a happy Easter for me as well. Hello, Teresa. Just came in, was busy talking on the phone. Oh, you're fine, my dear. That's primal energy of the Five of Pentacles. The survival, the base chakra. I seriously could really write a poem just alone from the imagery, not necessarily what the actual meaning of the card is too for these. That's just how beautiful.
I got one. I'm coming. Okay. All right. I don't know how I got this. This was Page of Pentacles, the advent of fire, the go-to resource, the fruits of labor you can't taste simply because from objective reality I'm divorced and I can't plead my case. The enigma of majesty. In this addiction, I don't hesitate to lay my gifts to waste. It's just a drop in the bucket. When it's the acidity of toxicity, I long to taste.
When it's the acidity of toxicity that I long to. That's a tongue tie, but the acidity of a toxicity that I wish to taste. Here we go. Wow. So we are down to, let's see, it's 9:36. Wow, that's a modest card for that deck.
I know, huh? I know. It's so understated, Care Bear, for what it is. Like you'd think maybe you could be dancing around on a stage for like a dime or something, or a penny or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, his clothes are on. What the hell?
It seems to be more about objectifying women, I think. Maybe we'll have to talk about Los Garabaos decks.
Yeah, what the
and
hell's going on?
Objectification of women or something. Maybe that's what's going on.
I don't know. I have a couple of their decks, and I don't have anything. The De La Nuit. I have the Arcanum. I have the Thelema. Yeah, it's kind of odd, But different artists that they support. So, but like I said, there's just a lot of decks out there that you don't want to tell a creator what they can and cannot create and stuff, but at the same time, as long as it's not promulgating actual physical harm, on another person. But like I said, a lot of decks nowadays, it just seems like a lot of people through music, it's everywhere in our culture. It's like how in the face, how confrontational, how far can I push the limits of good taste, and get a reaction. Everybody, without, yeah. So Sounds like a Saturday night chat. Hey, yeah, if we can get someone to join us. Oh, that was my cat. He knocked over my keyboard. You better not broken this cat. It's coming out of your. Never mind. So yeah, we'll have to those Saturday night chats that I love to have, even when Tom can't join us. I like to continue those, maybe on subjects with any fellow readers like Karen. Karen's been wanting to join the investigative tarot, which we're looking forward to have. Friday nights, you got to hang out with Allie and I some night here, Karen. Do a discussion panel thing with Jeff and I, and you can get Tom Feelenberg to join us too. I know Allison was great having a conversation Friday in regards to ethics and not ethics, authenticity, but that goes into ethics and other. It was just, I really love having the conversations. Did Nagar come back?
I'm trying to find that out. I tried to unban him just now.
Oh, oops.
Sorry
about that. That was an accident, Nagar. Seeing whatever short words thought. Yep, there you go. All righty. Well, everybody, yep, we're down. And then there were 4. So there must be other shows going on tonight. So everybody, thank you so much for joining Jeff and I, and for those who watch back on playback. And again, with comments, people have been much better. I've been seeing with comments, but if you're new to our channels, if you didn't like this content, then don't leave anything nasty. If you do, a nice comment or an emoji and a like, that would be great. So
Moira's here.
Oh, Moira, you were here. Where was our prompts, girl?
Yeah.
You were like the prompt master last week. There must be a couple of other shows people are jumping back and forth between. Though I didn't see any drop down, but hey, it's Easter, so there could be a lot of people too hanging out with family as well. So good night, Karen.
Night, everybody.
Everybody have a great week ahead, and Jeff and I will see you on one of our shows this week. So again,
bye, Care Bear.
and keep writing.
Email. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. I'll email you, Jeff. And keep on writing, everybody. Bye.